get it cut tomorrow.
Right. So much feedback.
We got thumbs up.
Yep.
Just one.
They gotta stand on a box.
Oh shit.
Sorry, boys.
Small Kings.
Small Kings in there. He's got to jump.
Not So Tender Podcast, episode number 29.
Yay!
We're past the second season threshold. This is the longest second season. The
Well, you said
forever
it's
second season.
It's the forever.
Second
It's
season
the season
infinity.
that never ends.
Yeah.
Like
I
the
like it.
lamb chop song.
I like it. This is the song that...
Don't start it.
I will. How was your week, Kelly?
Busy.
Real busy. You told
Really
me you had a
busy.
bunch of intakes.
I have more coming. Yeah.
I knew a girl like that in college.
It's not that kind of show. It's not my kind
It is
that's not,
definitely that kind of
It's not that
show.
kind of practice.
Fair enough.
However,
And I...
been talking about porn a whole lot.
Again?
Listen, at this point, it's almost part of like my intake.
You should just say
Like,
this.
I'm like-
So how much porn is he watching? Like, that's how your intake
Right,
should go.
yes.
First question.
How much porn are you watching, sir? What
Yeah.
is the content of your porn?
I need all your passwords.
All of your passwords. Just screen share it. Just maybe
I
just
had a
pull it up.
conversation about porn this week, actually.
You did.
Yeah. Rare, but I did. It was with a coworker, actually.
Interesting.
He was saying that, he was telling his client, like, there's no good comedy movies. You know, there's no everything. Well, I'm like, well, you're over inundated with comedy right now.
Yes.
So it's like, there's so much out there. I mean, you could watch, you know, one season of Big Mouth Cartoon and get something funnier than every other comedy shows ever that we
Mhm.
grew up with, because
Right.
it can just be wild.
Right. Yeah.
And I said, it's kind of like pornography. Like when I was young, your pornography was curated to you by people who ran magazines.
Right. That's
Now
That's fair.
you could literally find anything. So like at what point,
Mhm.
and I was talking to my client today about that because we were talking about that conversation,
Mhm.
and he goes, well, I imagine it'll just be AI. And, you know, I go, well, that's good because they won't be torturing these poor girls.
Right. At least
anymore.
it'll be fake.
You know what I mean?
Really, a
fuck,
lot of
man.
ladies will be out of work, but
Holy crap.
they'll be better
Like, they'll be
for
able
it.
to sit down.
they'll be
Shit.
better for it. Actually, so concerning story that I'll share.
Uh-oh.
So Andrew told me the other day about a movie that he came across on Hulu
Yeah?
called Nymphomaniac.
Like a docuseries?
It's not a docu. No. Anyway, long story short,
Mike's like, do tell.
he's like very full, like vivid scenes of all type, like cum shots. I mean, like
What?
on Hulu.
Mike, look that up. That sounds inappropriate.
He was like, I watched it because of course he did, which now I have to watch it because of
What-
he was like,
Is
it
this
was very
considered
like
research.
it was a psychological, like focused fictional story, but it's 2 parts about this young girl who lived her life this way and whatever. Regardless, he was like, I felt like a worser human for watching it afterwards.
He felt worser.
He was
for
a
sure.
worser human for watching it.
But he couldn't turn it off.
But he couldn't turn it off. And it's a 2-part thing. So it's 5 hours. So 2.5 hours and then 2.5 hours. But he's like, once you watch the first one, you're like, this is horrendous. I should not be watching this, but how can I not watch part 2? So he watched part 2.
Mhm.
He's telling me the whole time. He's like, I was like curled up in the fetal position after I finished this movie. But the point, it is where our kids can see it.
Yeah, the internet's where kids can see it. Give me a break.
Well,
You gotta watch kids. They
but
can't just have access
I know
to that
my
shit.
my littles are not on the internet. Like they
No.
don't have
They have
access
Hulu.
on our TVs.
Yeah, but don't they have like a child one? Like,
Yeah, but it's right under my profile.
you know, put a password in.
You know, like I just was like, oh my God, back in our day,
Yeah.
Thomas, that was not on daytime television. Remember like the fuzzy porno, like softcore porn that you
I
used
didn't
to have to
grow up like
dial
that,
in? I did. I would go to my neighbor's house and they would turn on like that one channel at midnight that was super like
Cinemax,
pixely
whatever.
and like
Michael was the cable guy.
he knows.
Yeah.
He knows. But anyway,
Mike
watch your
definitely
kids,
knows.
guys.
Yeah.
I was really like taken aback of the fact that is on Hulu, that is on all of our TVs.
You gotta
on
be careful.
Netflix,
You can't just
on,
assume
like-
your kid's gonna be good.
No,
Yeah.
my kids don't have like YouTube because that's a rabbit hole that you can go down and
Yeah.
find stuff.
So I had a client in here, some boys talking about stuff, and they were talking about the one guy's he didn't slip up, but he said something about porn that he looks it up on Twitter, and I was like,
What?
mm-hmm.
See, I'm not on Twitter. I never have been.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I don't know
Twitter
how
has
Twitter like
full-on
works.
sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, Twitter has full on sex. But what I'm saying is I thought it was interesting that he said that's where he finds his porn, because think about your search engine, thinking about your wife's not going. I was like, dude, come on.
That's some sneaky shit.
Do you think people just love to do stuff even though they're not supposed to do it because it's like, no, I'm going to fucking do this?
Yes. So that actually has been the like golden thread through some of the
Most.
discussions I've had about pornography, is that it's taboo in our culture still. Tons of shame and guilt and embarrassment and all of that wrapped up in sex as a whole. And then additionally, if you're like, I have a lot of men on my caseload that they're like, my wife she doesn't love the fact that I watch porn. That's like standard conversation anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm allowed to.
But
Right. If.
wait,
And I'm always like, if what? You're allowed to, if what? If you're in the bathroom, in the
Chores are
shower,
done?
if you're, right. Like, if you watch
If what?
the most vanilla porn ever, it's usually as long as it's not that much. It's not too much, but there's no number. It says, like, you're allowed to watch porn for what? 20 minutes twice a week? Like, what? You're allowed to, if what? My one client was like, well, I'm allowed to because we don't have sex. So she gave in. She gave in and she lets him watch porn now, even though she doesn't like it.
What?
But then I have people on my caseload that it's a rabbit hole, just like TikTok, right? Like I, being a clinician, go down long rabbit holes that I land in like 911 dispatch calls. Why do I listen to hundreds of 911 dispatch calls? But that's where it usually goes into the dark parts of TikTok. And that's what I listen to, is like
yeah.
that kind of stuff.
You know what we got on the other day with my client? Icks. You know, that guy has that long list of icks that girls have, and it's like 487. Don't celebrate your birthday. Blah, 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 blah. Don't drink out of a straw. Blah, blah, blah. Like everything women hate.
Lots of people have icks.
We stumbled across one, and these girls had like pages of their icks, and the guys had 3. They're like, 3 pages? They were like, no.
3.
3.
Do you have icks?
Yeah.
We've talked about it. We've talked about red flags. I don't know that we've talked about icks.
Yeah, I have icks.
Everybody has icks. Women have.
Y'all are nonstop with the icks. Y'all are
We
insufferable.
tell people to find icks. Like when you get dumped, if you're heartbroken, like the standard feedback is you just need to find their ick. That way, then you don't like them anymore.
That's what you need to do.
I just solved all of your issues, Thomas. You just need to find more icks, and then you'll be just fine.
I will.
No,
Yeah, she didn't really have a lot of icks.
because you loved her, and because
Yeah.
she wasn't a shitty person.
No.
So what were her like?
I think if your person has that many icks, you're an ick.
You walking ick, walking talking ick.
Yo, what up, ick?
Ick. Blech.
Blech. So yeah, the girls' icks are hilarious.
Girls have a lot, and they are quick to
Are
throw
you
them
guys just
around.
bored? I mean, seriously, what is it? You feel you don't have any power? That's your
It's
power.
probably a control thing for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think it's also projection. Like they can't find a person, so they just start picking apart other people.
Well, if you have an ick with a guy, well, I guess it's not a guy they're with, right?
Sometimes it is.
Yeah, I'm sure. Sometimes you don't know until it shows its ugly head. And then you're like this, oh, fuck, what's that?
And a lot of times, so I have a couple that I'm working with right now that they're in a tough spot. Like it just the season that they're in. It is a hard season. They have 2 small children. Like
They can get rid of them.
you could listen. I love my kids all the time, but I lay in bed sometimes and I'll turn to Andrew and I'll be like, we just need less kids. This would be so much easier if we had less kids. I'm not going to get rid of them. I have 5.
I got 1 at home.
That's 2. Sometimes
She's turned into a very wonderful young woman.
Listen, you're on the horizon.
I can see the finish line.
You sure can. I am
Her birthday is less than 2 months away. She'll be 18.
Yeah, I know, but she's your
losing
baby,
my
so you're
shit.
going to be sad. I know.
Already
But
sad.
anyway, so they're in this season and they are starting to pick at each other and find icks involuntarily. She doesn't do this or he doesn't do this or like, and just this week I was like, listen, all of these things I'm going to guess have been there since the beginning.
Yeah.
I would assume. You guys dated for how long? You've been married for how long? He's
I had a client that
always
said that.
right.
He said he was married to a woman. They got a divorce.
Mhm.
Spent a long time without each other and got back together recently, like around COVID. Okay.
Mhm.
And he goes, she's mad because I won't buy her a ring. She wants to be engaged. I said, well, why haven't you bought her a ring?
Why won't he?
Because she's not good with money and she's messy at the house and stuff like that. And I go, was she like that when you were married to her before? He's like, oh, yeah. And I was like, sir, have you talked to her about this? Well, no. Okay. Well,
So he is like holding it over her head like a reward system.
no, he just doesn't want, not a reward system, but he's like, I don't know. And
He
I'm
doesn't
like,
want to be engaged to her because of these things.
No, he's scared
Okay.
to be.
Oh, okay.
He
Okay.
takes care of her, loves her.
Sure.
She has
I'm
a
sorry.
daughter.
I misinterpreted. I
No,
thought he was saying like,
she
I'm not
lives with
giving her one
him.
because she's messy.
Well, she said that he said that she's not financially good. And I was
Hmm.
like, well, does she pay bills? And he's like, I mean, not really, because I pay them. You know what I mean? I go, then what are you worried about?
But they're paid.
Just imagine she's a stay-at-home mom.
Sure.
What the fuck? Like,
Unless it's a deal breaker, then move out.
And if it's a deal breaker, why did you move her back in?
Right. Yeah.
Not for help with the mortgage.
No.
You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So it's like,
But yeah, I told the couple, I was like, she has ADHD like symptoms. So do I. I am not an easy person to live with. Like I am not. I am not.
most people aren't.
Most people
Let's
are
be
not.
honest.
But he is like the most OCD.
No.
Yes, because of course they're married. But I'm like, listen, I guarantee that she's been like this
Day
since
one.
you met her.
What'd
You
he say?
probably thought it was cute and endearing.
No, she touched him where he pees.
Well,
And he's like, I don't give a fuck. Her car's
Leave it.
messy, but she does
well, that's
it.
true. They don't have sex anymore.
You can't be messy and not sex, lady. Pick one. You can't be two
Pick your problem.
socially unacceptable things.
Messy and
Not nurturing
active.
and loving to your mate. Is that fair?
yes.
Listen, I understand if you're not feeling yourself or something traumatic happened in your life. And I understand that. But
Mhm.
there has to be a threshold of that.
I told her, I said, there has to be a point where it's not just about you. And I'm not going to tell you to like have sex with your husband when you don't want to and you are uncomfortable. That is clearly
yeah,
not what I'm
that's-
saying.
And most men don't want that either.
No.
Is that fair?
Yes. But when you guys
Especially
are
your wife. You know what I mean?
sure,
Like,
when you guys are bickering,
take her out of the closet. You know?
when you're bickering and your husband's at the end of the day is like, we were told by me that we need to be intimate more often because it will help reconnect us and it will help lessen the tension. And he's like, so, and just like looked at her and she's like, are you seriously asking me to have sex right now? Like, I don't like you. We have been fighting all day. You did not put in any of the groundwork throughout the day
Yeah.
to try to mend any part of this. We are just in bed now. And you're like, Kelly said we have to have more sex.
I like that. I like it.
I was like, don't you ever.
I like that.
I was like, listen, because I was
I'm
on my
gonna tr-
computer. I did not say that.
Mike's texting some girl right now and be like, Kelly said we should have sex.
Counselor Kelly said more sex would be beneficial for our marriage.
Wow.
I constantly have to
Remind
clarify
people.
what it is that I said. Well, because
Well-
they hear what they want.
Okay.
Human nature. I don't know. I would hope that none of them are like using me as a pawn in their game, but
I'm sure a little bit.
probably
I would.
you don't.
I'm joking.
I do it sometimes. I mean, all
You do it
therapists
yourself. You're like, hey, Kelly said we should have
no,
sex.
I'll go to Andrew and be like, my therapist and I were talking about this today. Usually, obviously, it has more to do with me, right? Like, this is what I'm going to work on. So I am asking for some grace while I work on this. I do not need you to follow up behind her and be like,
Yeah.
poking at me.
I
Leave me
love
alone.
that. Yeah.
I'm trying to grow. It's hard to grow when people are picking off your leaves. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
What's our topic today?
Oh, well, we just led so smoothly into it. 9 tips for keeping your relationships strong and healthy.
Aw.
Aw. Oh, it's almost Valentine's Day. This
Yeah.
was a good one. I hate Valentine's Day. I hate Valentine's Day.
See this big broken fucking heart in the back with fucking knives in it?
I would imagine Valentine's Day is currently your least favorite.
No, I can think of worse.
Now I have to know. What's your least favorite?
All of them. Any day that ends with Y's.
How have you been? We didn't do a check-in for you.
No need to ask.
It's same shit, different day.
I've had better weeks. Nice clients, all that shit. I don't know. I'm still just funky.
Mm.
I won't be
Is it your
funky for a while.
Is it your seasonal depression
Oh no,
that you say
it's my life depression.
Just,
I don't think it mattered if it was summer. I sucked last summer too. No,
the honesty breaking my heart.
no. You can call 234-200-5949 if you'd like to give me some inspiration on and maybe some pep talks.
That's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start sending you inspirational TikToks every morning.
My buddy did it. He had this guy that looks in the mirror. He's like, "You're a good person. You're a blah, blah, blah," all that shit. And I was like, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm still funky. Because, people ask questions and,
All the time.
oh, God. And I'm like this. I played a show the other night and,
That's
somebody
great.
walked
Was it
up.
good?
It was crazy.
Good.
Yeah, super busy, super good. People were dancing all night. We had a good time. Jay and Mike were there. Super good. Mike came up and played a couple songs. It was nice. But people, they were like, "Hey, how's it go?" I was like, no, not good.
Are you honest?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
good.
I'm nice about it, but
Well,
I'm
sure.
honest. Yeah. But,
Say, I'm great.
yeah, it's interesting for sure.
Mm.
But I question everything right now.
Mm.
My guard is up real bad.
Did you read that book yet?
I tried reading it a little bit. I got a little bit through it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got through the forward and a couple
Yeah.
pages in. The
Okay.
forward's a while.
Yeah. There's a lot of information. You'll have
Yeah.
to read through the first part of all the chapters and then go back to
I
the
need it
forward.
on tape.
I don't
Just
know.
kidding. I got to read it.
Anyway, well, we're going to talk about how to keep a healthy relationship,
That's what I'm all about.
keeping it healthy and strong
Yeah,
and healthy.
with myself.
You should have a good, strong,
I
healthy
do.
relationship with yourself.
Pretty good. Did some push-ups today. I'm good.
So I am not doing push-ups.
No?
No, I need to
Let's
go back
talk
to the
about that.
gym.
I'm gonna start. Every time you send me an inspirational, I'm gonna send you some push-ups.
you send me a fat person inspirational something.
Maybe.
If you
I'm
started
a-
right now, you could lose
You know
20
what? I
pounds
think
by the
maybe
end
you
of
should take a break from your husband and talk to that guy. That guy you talked about last time.
What are you talking
The
about?
guy that said he don't know if he's doing God's work or he's a horrible person. That guy'll get you tuned right the fuck up.
The diet dater.
Jesus Christ. I've been thinking about that guy. I want to meet
Keeps
that
you
guy.
up at night.
Fuck, man.
I wish we could find him.
That is a powerful spirit
I'd
right
love
there.
for him to call in.
Holy
Love to
shit.
talk to him. Tell me about this exercise regimen you give these women. You don't
Lord.
even have to date me or buy me things. Just tell me how
Yeah.
what do they do?
Can we write this down? You bottled this?
Right. You should be selling your workout plan. Anyway. So 9, you're making me cry.
I want to see
Okay.
some before and after.
What would they call it? It's not The Biggest Loser. What would
the
that be
biggest
called?
winner.
The Biggest Winner?
Yeah, smallest winner. I don't fucking know.
The
Small
smallest
kings.
winner. The diet dater. That's what it should be called.
Diet dater. Dater
Yeah.
diet.
Well, he can't be present on the show because then the women would know.
Yeah, we'll have to be like, or started off with giving
Have it blacked out.
Yeah, it all started.
Have him pull up in a black car. We'll just have him get out. with
I'd
his
love
mask. I would love to have somebody like that. I actually have a person that wants to come on the show,
But he has to be.
but he's married, and he's like, in order for me to
Oh,
speak
shit.
freely without
Yeah, get a divorce.
betrayal and not without upsetting her,
Yeah.
crossing boundaries. He's like, could you I was like, I would love
We can.
to have you
We can change
darked
his
out
voice.
with your voice changer.
Yeah, we can do that.
Come on. I'll text him when we're done.
We'll put him in the other sound booth.
He'll just come in.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that.
All right. Well, so the topic, I struggled a little bit with the topic just because, and we talked about it before we got on the air.
Yeah.
A lot of my couples that I work with.
Hold on. That's not what she said to me. She goes, what the fuck is up with these people thinking that they're going to keep their fucking relationship all sparkly and fucking all badass all the time and expecting it to be all fucking like dreamy and perfect all the fucking time. That's how she started this conversation today.
That absolutely. And then actually what I said is if people want sparkle, they shouldn't get married.
That's exactly what you said.
That is what I said. But clinically, well, I did say that.
You did.
All right. So I guess we're just going to throw me out under the bus.
I
No,
like it.
people want the sparkle back, and I think it's bullshit.
Well, if they listen to our other podcast about the 5 stages of a relationship, they'll
Yes.
realize it. But you can have sparkle, but you better have we'll go through it a little bit here. I only skimmed over it, but let's go through it and we'll get down to where we can talk more
You
about
have
that. Go ahead.
to respect
Number one.
You have to respect the grit that you earned together.
Yeah. For all these fucking broads that like going to the beach, they sure don't like a little bit of sand in their ass crack, do they?
That's why I don't like the beach.
Yeah.
I don't like
little
going to
grit.
Sandy. All right. So relationship tip number 1 is so overarching and it's going to drive everybody crazy because it drives me crazy. Work on good communication skills.
Okay, I'm going to break this down for you really quickly.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
boys, we get mainly male listeners on this show, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, that's our demographic.
Drastically?
Yeah. Yeah, because
I
you know why?
It used to be pretty close.
No.
I thought it was.
On TikTok, it's close.
Oh, okay.
Everywhere else, it's all dudes. You know why? Guys want to know how to make their relationships better. They don't want to fail at it. We actually do care about it.
Mm.
So when
I thought
talking
it
about
was just 'cause
communication,
I was pretty. That's not it.
they're also wanting to touch it, you know? So the bottom line is this. Communication, when you think about it, don't think communication is just telling somebody what's wrong. That's not communication.
No.
It's making them understand why you feel it's wrong, where it's coming from, and possibly some ways to help fix it, not just stop doing it. Like we need clear-cut things.
Mm-hmm.
Most men especially need clear-cut things like looking at blueprints. So you guys want us to do things with such articulation like building a bridge. If you just said, go build me a fucking bridge, we're going to be like this. Where?
Right. Or you
Like,
might, and then
what?
she's going to be pissed because it's not the right way.
I'm supposed
or
to
the
take
right
a tank
yeah.
over this bridge and it's only this wide.
Right.
Okay, well, just imagine
You
that.
didn't
If you're
say,
having
right.
somebody build a bridge to help get to another place, you have to give them better. I recently had somebody say, I shouldn't have had to tell you how to act. And I literally was like this. Because I don't know how to do that. You know what I mean? So
You
communication.
don't know how to just organically come up with the right.
No, and I'm pretty good at things, but I'm not great at things sometimes. And weird, you know? But what I'm saying is
You're
when
human.
you say communication, please don't just stop at, well, I told him what was wrong. Well, did you tell him why it was wrong?
Right.
Did you tell her why this bothers you or what you could do or why it isn't even you doing it? It's because somebody else did it and it made me feel some sort of way. Something. So communication, don't just say, well, good communication. Okay. Live one day at a time. Like you can't just give these little grandma one-liners and think
No.
everything's fucking good.
No, and trying to, if you are in a position where you're trying to get back to a good place, communication is even harder. All of these things are going to be even harder,
Right.
but communication specifically. I had a couple this week that when she expresses her feelings, and you might be able to relate to this, or maybe other men could, when she expresses her feelings, it's in a storyline, right? So like you did this and then I did this and this is why I feel this way. He struggles because like that's not true.
Oh, fuck.
It's
That's not what he
it's-
did.
No. And will then like pull receipts. So he'll say, sweetie, I didn't come home. He won't say sweetie. Let me back that up.
He's like DMX.
You're
Hey,
right.
little bitch.
Right. He's like, that's
Starts
not
barking.
even true. I didn't come home at 8 o'clock. I can pull up the camera of me pulling into the garage at 6:15.
And she's like, wait, what?
Well, then she just she shuts down because she's like, you're missing the point. You asked me why I feel this way. This is how I feel. And you immediately start pulling receipts and
Or
giving
he's
them
caught
to me.
in little spaces that.
Yes.
Well, then you have to. Okay, then if he's like that, be a little bit more specific of how you speak to him.
Mhm.
Don't put in details that don't need
Just say,
to be
this
there.
is why I feel this way.
Is that fair?
Yes.
Because you have to
Yes.
learn your person.
Yes.
You don't talk to your son the same way you talk to your daughter.
No.
Okay.
Right.
I don't talk to my dad the same way I talk to my mama.
No.
Period.
Right.
Okay. So show your mate the same grace. Understand
Right.
their
Stop
rhythm.
throwing out facts when you know that he's going to fact check you.
And some people are just like that.
And I told him, I was like, stop trying to understand, because what happens,
Or prove her wrong.
or prove her wrong. What happens is, in his mind, she's saying, I feel this way because of these things. And he's then going, but that's not even why that happened. So you shouldn't feel that way. And she's like, oh, I shouldn't feel that way. And I'm like, oh, there we go. There's a fight.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you stop giving details that you know he cannot just sit on.
And that's okay because they're wrong.
They're actually wrong. And you know that bringing her receipts to try to
Makes her crazy.
it is invalidating as fuck.
So just get a divorce.
Just separate. But the
I
funny
had a
thing is,
guy-
I do Likert scales for like dedication and happiness and satisfaction. They are both at a 9 or a 10 for like commitment.
They love each other.
I didn't ask that.
Well,
Commitment is very different than like
liking each other.
they're in it.
Well, that's why old people stay together.
They are in it. They have kids. Maybe
Yeah.
they're in it for the
Cheaper to
kids. I
keep
don't
her.
know. Also probably true.
Yeah. I had a guy.
I've
The
actually
way
never
his-
heard that.
No.
No.
Oh, Lord. It's pretty common folk in that room in there.
Cheaper to keep her.
So he said that his wife, he got up to go, she was dozing off, and he just ran to the dollar store to get like some creamer.
Sure.
He goes, 8 minutes, Thomas. I come back and she goes, where are you at?
Where the fuck did you go?
And she's like, I went to Dollar General. He goes, that's weird. And just that saying that,
Yep.
just saying that made him like go,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. People don't understand how to be gentle.
No.
And if he would have said, baby, you're nodding off. I just want to go get some creamer.
Yeah.
And she could have just been like, oh, okay. Not,
Here's the cream.
Not-
like,
that's weird. You know what happens when somebody says some shit like that.
well, they're implying
What are they implying, Kelly?
that you're
8
doing
minutes of
sneaky
sex,
shit.
counting drive time.
Obviously. You
Yeah.
drove to the dollar store.
Blew a trucker.
I was just gonna say, are there lot lizards?
There's always a truck there, I'd imagine.
Probably.
Those steel carts.
At Dollar General.
Yeah. All right, next one.
Actually,
Uh-oh.
there's a tip in that one that I
Oh,
liked
let's
that I had
hear it.
never heard of.
Let's hear it.
So it says some people use a phone call during the day to settle their family business so that they have free time together at home. So like all of the logistical manager shit,
With
they
your
do over
husband?
the phone. Yes, with your
Like
partner.
on your way home.
Yep.
Hi, baby. I'm on my way home. Blah, 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 blah.
Right. I was
That's out of the way.
thinking this and this and this and this.
Yeah.
Have
It's
all
easier
of
doing
that.
a phone. They can't see
Mhm.
you sigh. They roll your eyes.
Correct. Well,
All right.
because so and so has a doctor's appointment and
I
this
like
practice is coming
That
up.
is a
and,
good idea.
and then that's all taken care of.
I like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to be taking that home.
Put that in your pocket.
Put it in my pocket.
As Mike would say, put that in your closet.
His closet is full.
It is. It's very lively in there.
Sounds like a party.
Sometimes it calms down when he opens the door. Just saying.
Because I have to simmer.
Or he doesn't open the door.
He just slides food underneath the
I
door.
don't even know if he's that nice. He's like, if you're that mad, you're not hungry.
That's fair. The next one, it says do regular maintenance. So it says occasionally take a pulse on your relationship to examine what's working, what isn't,
Yeah.
what could either one of us do.
Me and Kelly are putting out a notebook this year that you write the things down of what your mate is doing or what you would like to have. And you're only allowed to write stuff in there. You're not allowed to talk about it outside of there. You write, and then he writes. And that's it. That's where it stays.
Our couples counselor recommended that when we
Yeah.
saw one.
There you go.
He was like, nope, because I have things that I want to talk about because I'm an 8. So some people would say that I'm a little confrontational. I just like to view myself as assertive. Like there are things that we have to talk. Like,
8 is his top half of a heart if you turn on its side.
aw,
Yeah.
that's true. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
But I just
It's
want to talk
also
about
an
it.
ass if you. Just say, depending on the day.
It's boobs. Everybody likes boobs.
Yeah. I guess.
Everybody
I'm
likes
sure.
boobs.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had things I want to talk about, and I would constantly have to do this like temperature check for my husband to see like, are you in a good headspace? Can we have this conversation? And I was getting a lot of pushback, kind pushback, but like, it's 11 o'clock at night.
Tired.
Now is not the time. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I just got off the phone with work. Like, give me a minute, blah, blah, blah. And there was no time. There was no follow-up. So our couples counselor was like, write it down. Write it down,
Yeah.
leave it out so that he can look at that list. And I was like, what? And avoid the things that he doesn't want to talk about.
That's a different level, though. Hey, bud. I can
It is
only
on,
be so...
yeah, it is on this list.
Yeah.
You said, you agreed. We never did it, just so we're clear, we never did that.
I told my friend because he was struggling, and I said, you have to, the conversations you guys have, stop demanding answers and leave them open-ended.
Mhm.
You can't bring up somebody, because you're almost blindsiding somebody.
Absolutely.
And then you expect an answer right off the rip. And if you just said, hey, I got something I want to talk to you about, you don't have to give me an answer right now. Just think about it. If you
Yeah.
want to answer me
but
right
this
now,
is where my brain is at.
that'd
Right.
be awesome. But, everybody acts like it has to be done right now.
Oh my God. Well, because we can't go to bed angry.
You
I
can't?
hate that.
Well, if you had sex, you probably wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
Or slept in a closet.
You wouldn't.
Simmer down.
I don't. I agree with that. You don't want to go to bed angry, but that doesn't mean that
you also don't want
things
to have
happen.
diarrhea, but sometimes you get it.
Well, that doesn't mean everything has to be resolved. There's a difference.
You can't resolve things with your mother and you don't live with her. Shut the fuck up, people. Next.
Adjust your expectations.
Amen, sister.
Accept yourself, your spouse, your relationship as it exists right now.
Yeah. Could you
Stop
imagine?
trying to go back to the honeymoon phase.
Oof.
They
We-
change. Relationships change over time.
We've
so do
changed.
people. Yes, for fuck's sake. I
Changed.
hope so.
I heard that today. Yeah, we just changed. I'm like, well,
I
you've
hope
been
so.
together since 2009. I'd imagine some shit's changed. Right?
If it didn't, that would be concerning.
I mean, some people maybe don't, but they're disciplined as shit.
Or
Probably
stunted
healthy
as shit.
or healthy. It's one or the other.
They still grew, I would imagine. They weren't 20 and disciplined as shit and still the exact same way when they're
Maybe.
45.
Maybe.
No,
They might be Amish.
as I know. There's so much like brain development and personality development in your 20s
Yeah.
that you are not going to be the same person at 35 that you were at 25.
Listen,
Ever.
If you start off good with reasonable like love and like understanding of
Kindness.
each other, yeah, you can.
Compassion.
You can, but some days you're gonna catch them on a bad day.
You're going to have tough spots.
Yeah.
Add some kids.
No, stop doing that, people. You fucking idiots.
Stop adding children.
Stop breeding. You can't handle it.
It does not help. Stop getting dogs. I'll take my own advice. Okay, but mom puppy though.
Love him. Me too, man.
Ugh.
I said
I would
goodbye
have
to him
I would
before
have
came
20
here.
of him. Oh my God.
I feel you.
But stop adding things trying to fix your relationship. All that does is get you further away from whatever the hell it is
Yeah.
that you are trying to
Filling that
accomplish.
void.
God.
Yeah.
They just go through the motions. And we've had this conversation. Women do. Go through the motions of we need to get married. We need to buy a house. We need to have kids. Where's our dog? Where's our cat? Where's the play?
Where's Myrtle Beach?
Yeah, we got to go on vacation. I need a new car. We need to move again.
Never
we did-
stops.
God, no wonder
Lower
you guys
your
are
expectation.
nuts. You guys are nuts because we're nuts.
Well, you guys, we're nuts in a different way.
Yes, you're the outcome of our nuttiness.
Well, we just want the bitching to stop.
Yeah.
That's all.
Well, back here, working on communication skills, it says make sure that you do both. Make a safe place for pros and cons,
Oh, you mean where you don't just take it?
positives
Yeah.
and negatives.
I did that. I was talking and we were talking about a lot of problems. And like day 3, I was like, she goes, what do you want to talk about? I was like, all the good things that I love about you.
Yes, something positive for fuck's sake.
Yeah, you know,
That's it.
Yeah.
I do that with couples all the time.
because all you talk about is bad and go, what do you
Always,
love about 'em?
yes, right.
Yeah, we had another list on there. It was like asking questions of your mate.
Mhm.
And that's kind of a cute thing. You know,
There are so many ways for couples to reconnect. Like that is one of the pros of the day and age that there are apps, free
Yeah.
apps that you can download that
Yeah,
it sends
little
questions to
questionnaires.
both of
It's
you,
cute.
daily
because
reminders.
he's in the thick of things, you're in the thick of things. And if you
Yes.
don't have time to be like, I fucking love when you do that.
Yes.
And sometimes that'll make your day. And sometimes you
Yes.
just roll your eyes and you're like, get the fuck away from me.
Right.
Yeah, lower expectations.
Except it does not say lower. It says adjust.
Same thing.
Find peace and acceptance in where you are right now. Stop always pushing the envelope backwards.
Start little, man. Little.
Yes.
You're already in it. Or start with a better product from the beginning. No offense. Quit buying shitty products and expect them to be great.
Fix your
Because
picker.
most people are buying shitty products.
That's true. Their picker sucks.
Yeah. Next.
Create rituals. I like this one.
Yeah, I like that. Bloodshed. Moon rocks.
Sacrificial
Yeah.
children.
It's almost
Lambs.
Easter. Yeah. It's getting crazy.
Like rabbits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Create rituals. It will bring you closer together.
Like going to Swenson's on Sundays.
That's all they're talking about.
Those are cute things.
A goodbye kiss. A goodbye kiss before work. Do you know how many people don't do that?
No.
I did not. I was unaware.
Do you know how many people don't say I love you when they get off the phone?
Mind blown.
Does that freak you out?
Yes.
Freaks me out.
Yes.
My buddy
You
does
don't-
it,
you don't
and
like
they
kiss
love each other.
goodnight?
They love each other.
Yes.
Like they for real love each other. They don't say it on the phone, and I'm like this.
Why?
They just don't.
Who hurt you? Who hurt you?
I don't think
people?
anybody did. They're from loving families.
Yeah.
But they don't say it. I thought it was interesting.
But no kiss goodbye, no hug, no good morning, good
Just don't.
night. I will not, like, Andrew will roll over and I will just lay there and I'll be like, hey. He'll be like, whoop. Like he rolls over and he'll give me a kiss and I'm like, love you.
But if it doesn't, you can't freak. You know what I mean?
No,
'Cause
it's
some
cute.
people change.
Yeah,
freaks on
no,
that,
it's
man.
cute.
Yeah.
That
Little
we do
rituals
that.
are fun, but if they can't always happen, understand that.
no, it says
Because
like
you can't create something and then when they don't do it, you're like, see, we used to go to Taco Bell on Thursdays. It's like, well, I kind of mow the fucking grass because it rained all week.
right.
Go get some Taco Bell, girl.
Weekly walk after dinner on Sunday.
Something. Or rituals. I like it.
Rituals. Traditions. Structure is what it's talking about, guys. Microdose
Consistency.
yourself with healthy,
Consistency. Because
happy.
most people do well with.
Oh, what's new?
Consistency.
Oh, it's new year, new me. So they're don't do this. We're gonna kiss goodbye. We're gonna do weekly date
No,
night.
just do it.
We're gonna no.
Just do
Yeah.
it. I don't like being micromanaged. That's
No.
my least favorite. Well, top 5.
Top 5. Plan dates for each other, or surprises for each other.
Surprise, I went on a date with your friend.
It does say so.
No.
This is kind of what people are looking for when they want the spark back. Okay.
Yeah.
And this should actually be easier. And I know that you hate planning dates.
I'm going to sit over here quietly.
This should be easy. You know your person better than you used to.
Yeah.
You used to be swinging in the dark, hoping that they were going to enjoy
Yeah.
whatever it is that you planned.
Now you kind of know.
Now you know. You know what your partner wants to do, what they would enjoy. It doesn't have to be a slam dunk whole weekend getaway of like all of the things.
No Hocking Hills.
Doesn't have to be Hocking Hills. Could be.
Hawker Hills. It's a different
Listen,
kind of thing.
you take me to like a sip and paint thing for $40
You're into that?
all day.
Yeah.
It's $40 in like an hour and a half. But I like painting. I like arts and crafts stuff. It's something that we could sit and do together
Yeah.
and talk.
I definitely could be better at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm
plan
not
dates.
saying I'm going to be better at
Plan
it, but I should be better at it.
When you're ready to put forth the effort, I have whoever dates you next.
Are you going to give them a thesis?
I'm going to tell them, listen, we've done a lot of work. We're going to sit down. We have to go to coffee with Counselor Kelly.
I do feel like I understand things more than I've ever understood them. I do feel like I'm more open to things. I'm not as rigid about stuff. And
Mhm.
the biggest thing I've learned in the last year is just because it's not a big deal to me, I can't, even if I think it's stupid, I cannot no longer not try to understand them and truly sit down and be like, I want to understand this. It doesn't mean you're going to change my fucking mind.
Yeah.
But if
and
I
again,
can understand it, at least you'll feel heard. And I didn't understand how important that was to some people. Because I don't care if I'm heard. Because I don't put myself in a position that I need to be heard. Is that fair?
that's fair.
I'm like this. Yeah.
Understanding, though, and like just having empathy are two very different things.
Yeah.
They don't need you to understand, and you probably won't.
Sometimes.
Your brain works different. It might make no sense. And that's what, like, I
Yeah.
have a lot of people on my caseload that are like, I just don't understand it. Help me understand. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. That is, you are missing the point.
Yeah.
You just need to hear and understand where they're coming from, not why they feel how they feel.
Well, some people aren't good at telling you where it's coming from or why. They're just saying you fucked up.
I'm sad. Why? Well, because this happened. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Doesn't matter. This is
Well,
where I'm
It's
feeling.
those simple things like, well, what can I do to fix it or help it?
Yeah. What do you
What
need?
can I do? What
do you
can
need?
I do?
Anything? You need
Yeah.
bath?
Yeah. So
You want to get sushi? We ate sushi in bed last night.
no, that sounds awful to me.
Eating
All-
in bed.
Yeah,
All the parts of
all
that.
of that.
Soy sauce in bed. It was good. Andrew
I'm-
picked up sushi. I
sounds
love
amazing.
sushi. Sushi and ice cream. We had to put a towel down to make sure that we didn't get. I knew
It's a family show.
No, it's not. Do not. My kids ask all the time, can I listen to your podcast? No.
No.
No, you can't.
No.
No. I'll show you. See me? See me up here on this phone, way over here that you can't touch? That's me.
Keep it moving. Soon we'll be on Hulu.
Oh no.
Mike will be on there. Short King documentary.
I'm gonna watch that documentary.
I am not.
Show movie. Well, I have to know about it so I can speak to it because it doesn't. Andrew's like, I knew you were gonna watch it as soon as. He's like, why do you do that to your brain? I was like, it is brain food. What do you mean?
Yeah.
It is brain food. Plan for roadblocks.
This is important.
Yes. You will not always agree on everything. Is
Get
the
outta
first
here.
sentence. Think about and discuss situations you know cause friction, and treat them with care.
I told the guy today, I was like, I will say, try to be a little more gentle with each other. It's all about approach. I am like an airplane. If you land me hard, you will get a hard landing.
Yeah.
You land me good. And people are like, well, I shouldn't have. Okay, well, good luck. I'm just telling you.
Mhm.
If you talk to me nice, I will shovel shit for you.
I saw something the other night. It was like a snippet from a movie, probably on TikTok. But it was this woman like screaming. She's not prettier than me. She's not skinnier than me. She's not younger than me.
I saw that.
What the fuck?
He said she's nice.
She's kinder to me. She's softer
That's all that matters.
to me.
That's all that matters.
She doesn't put me down. She doesn't yell at me. It's not like a
We've
lot of
seen it
people.
a million times.
A lot of people don't even have a lot that they need to get off their chest. They're just cowering in the corner. Like they don't need to be heard. They just need to like not hear you.
100%.
Back off. Back
Nobody
off.
wants to get yelled at all the time.
No.
Well, don't do stupid shit. Okay. Great. In the closet you go.
It says use I statements when you hit a rocky patch.
Yeah.
It will not last forever. If you take ownership of your part in this, keep in mind that this is your forever person.
Or at least
Forever
for a while.
person,
For a while person.
Temporary conflict. Forever
Ooh.
person, temporary conflict.
I like that.
That needs to be how you go. At the end of this conflict, they're still your person. So
that would be nice.
how do you want them to think of you afterwards? They
Oh.
can't unhear whatever you choose to say in this moment.
No, you can't unsay shit. You can't unfuck people.
No,
No. Mm-mm.
man, but if you could,
I wouldn't. Fuck it. Who cares?
I don't know that I would either.
Fuck
I would
it.
probably unsay some shit sometimes.
I'm pretty good
I would
at not,
reword it.
I'm pretty good at not assassinating people verbally.
Mm.
I think because I did it one time.
Hmm.
I was real brutal verbally one time.
Yeah.
And I saw the light leave them. And I was like
Killed
this.
them?
I
You
don't-
squished them too much, and
well,
you saw
that's
it.
the problem. See, people are like, Thomas, you're nice. And I'm like,
until
well, I don't forget a lot of things. So I can pull up stuff like a fucking hard drive quickly. And I know
Rapid
your
fire
buttons.
straight
I
to
know
your-
the soft,
I
fleshy
know.
parts.
I know.
And I don't want to do that.
No.
And not just that, if I'm with you, I love you and I want to be with you. I do, and not just that. If you hate the person you're with, it's you as well because you picked this person. Unless they just went,
Yes.
if they tricked you
Sure.
or something crazy. Like it's not
Catfish
always
shit,
like
right,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. But like if you're in marriage counseling and you have some kids, y'all have been doing some shit. You
Sure.
should know each other by now.
Sure. Andrew told me the other day that he doesn't want to fight me. Did I tell you that?
Yeah, he better not want to fucking fight you. I'll tell you that
He
right
was
now.
like, I don't want to fight you. It scares me.
Good.
I was actually a little offended. But I was like, what?
Because he knows.
Tell me more.
He knows.
And he was like, because in a crisis, I shut down. He shuts down.
Yeah.
And he's like, and it is your fucking wheelhouse.
Yeah, like when he's in the fetal position, you're kicking him in the
he
fucking
was like,
kidneys.
he's like, I have seen pieces, parts. I was really upset about something a couple weeks ago. A man
Browns losing.
No, a male hurt my friend emotionally in a very specific way. And I was on fire.
Yeah.
On fire. And Andrew was like, I could see you pacing through the living room with venom dripping from your teeth.
Yeah.
That you were ready. He's like, I don't
Is that
ever.
when you killed all the chickens?
No, I didn't kill all the chickens. He's like, I don't want to be on the receiving end of that. So we talked because we were having a temporary conflict.
Yeah.
And afterwards he was like, we could fight if you want to. And I was like, I don't want to.
Is this what he sits around and does?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to fight. I will hold back because I love you. Could I tear you to shreds?
Yeah.
In a gross way, yes.
Yes.
I would never want to
he
do
doesn't
that
know
to
about
you.
all your cockfighting in Mexico in the
know.
90s, does he?
Nope.
Mm.
Vicious. But plan for roadblocks.
Yeah.
They're going to happen.
Not the video game.
No. Not the video game.
So plan for Roblox. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Next
Makes
one.
sense.
Give each other space. This
Shit.
is,
Get the fuck out of here.
I know, this is monument.
Because when people are
people's
having
minds
problems, that's
blowing.
the last thing one person wants that
Oh, yeah, there's always the person that's like, I just need
to breathe.
a minute.
No.
And the other person is like sucking up all
like
of your
a
air.
fucking
everywhere.
18-month-old
Right.
fucking baby.
I'm taking all of your space.
Yeah. What's up with that?
It's an attachment style thing and a conflict pattern thing.
Oh, just a little friendly reminder. We haven't talked in a while. I understand you think you know what your attachment style is, people. But if you're like, this is my attachment style, that's not what that's for. That's for you to learn what a healthy attachment style is and do that one. You can't just live in the one you are. Do you understand that? Okay.
We do
next.
need to talk about that. We need a show about that. But no, that's what everybody's new thing is. I'm bipolar and sometimes I'm just an asshole.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Yeah, it's okay.
No.
Oh, it's good.
I was raised by a narcissist. This is just how
I'm just
I am.
a racist. You know, like,
I'm
what?
just-
Why? It just slips out.
this is just who I am.
That would not be acceptable, would it?
No, I just have an anxious attachment style. So I need to be up your ass. No, you don't.
I mean, I understand that you can work through it. You could go, hey, I'm going to need some time. I'm going to try to work through this.
yes.
So be a little bit kind and patient with me. That's a different conversation.
Right. Or I understand that you want space, but I am anxious in that.
Yeah.
So I need to know that you're coming back because my fear is that you're
Yeah.
going to leave.
It's hard.
Would you? And sometimes I'm like, you shouldn't leave the house.
I learned
He
that
wants to leave the house
Learn that shit.
because you
Yeah. Don't do that.
chased him.
Don't leave the house.
No.
Don't leave the house.
Don't leave the house. Never leave the house.
Look at me.
But also,
Whatever the camera is,
right.
don't leave the house unless it's on fire.
And I'm gonna say, ladies, stop chasing them room to room. When you chase them room to room, they want to leave the house.
Don't leave the house and don't chase them around, please. Please.
Find space somewhere else and plan. Maybe that should go under plan roadblocks because I have that conversation a lot when we talk about fair fighting. There needs to be a pause plan.
Yeah.
When things
Fire
get
drill.
too heavy.
Yeah.
Where are we going? You're going here. I'm going here. We're going to come back. We're going to reevaluate using these words.
But that's
Not
that
ready?
open-ended shit.
Yes. You're going to go back to your corner, wherever the fuck it is. And
Yeah.
usually then I talk to them. I'm like, I'll
Unless
just go
you
to the
find
bathroom.
some, you know,
Like, what's in the bathroom? And they're like, I don't know. I'm like, then don't
Not
go to the
you.
bathroom.
not you.
But you can't just go to the bath. What are you going to regulate yourself? Are you going to take a shower? That could be helpful. If you're just going to go to the bathroom and huff and puff and look at yourself cry, like what are you going to do in the bathroom?
There's a lot of things to do in the bathroom. A
Well,
lot of labels to read.
whatever it would be, whatever you need to be intentional.
Yeah.
You can't just go away and
You could just have to
Huff and
say,
puff.
hey, I just need a moment. You won't get it, but you should say it at least. And then when you go talk to Kelly a week later, be like, I told her I needed a minute. And she wouldn't give it to me.
Listen, I hear that all the time.
I know.
I needed a minute. And the other person was like, a minute or like fucking 50 minutes?
Why does it matter? If our life is so fucking important together, our life in one
50
fucking
minutes,
night,
right.
3 hours is going to make you lose your fucking mind, then how ride or die are you?
Not very.
Yeah, fuck off.
Ooh, poked a button. What it says. Do you want me to read it to you?
Oh, yeah.
Your relationship will be stronger and more interesting. Interesting? If you give your spouse space and space without you. Remember, you are one person who can't possibly meet all of their needs during conflict or otherwise.
You want to hear the real truth? If a person would leave the person alone and go, baby, you need some space, I'll give you some space.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how good that would feel?
Yeah.
That'd be like a parent when you're having a moment going, instead of going, you need your ass whooped, going, I love you, baby. You let me know if you need anything. I'll be downstairs and we'll get some food later. That's
Sure.
the same thing.
Same. Same. I like how because this is tips for a healthy, happy relationship. So it's talking about conflict and also outside of conflict.
Yeah.
You don't have to be up your partner's ass every time they leave the house.
Well, butt plugs are very popular right now.
Listen.
Don't get a Temu one. Mike was, do not get the Temu ones, he said.
Well, now I'm curious. I'm going to have to look up.
Well, he says they have sharp edges. They don't do as much finish work.
Like the plastic or the rubber,
the seal.
like the seal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The seam.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But
Whoever makes kids' toys should make sex toys because they have to be safe.
Ew. Double whammy, guys.
Yeah.
Toys for life.
Toys.
All the way through. All the way through.
Yeah.
Somebody should name their company that.
Yeah.
Packaging
I don't know if that's
would be
a good
very.
idea. I think we're going to rethink that in marketing. We're going to call it marketing. No, let's not do that. Jesus.
Two different warehouses, though.
Two different warehouses.
Two different warehouses.
Two different marketing companies.
Yes. Oh my gosh. But it's talking about space outside of that. So I have a lot of people on my caseload that struggle in adulthood. So they're like in their 30s, 40s. Either they don't have kids or they have them and they've moved out. They don't know what their own hobbies are. They don't have any.
That happens a lot.
Their hobby is their partner.
Yeah.
That they go and do things with their partner. But your partner should not be your husband, your best friend, your financial advisor, your time manager, your
crisis center.
Lover, your crisis center, your therapist. You're all like, have friends. Or don't have friends. I don't give a shit.
But you have to
do shit
also
on your
understand
own.
that like most people, they're not that skilled to offer those things to you.
No, they're
Is that fair?
very underqualified for 90% of that.
Barely can do their job.
Yes.
They barely can raise your children.
If you're kind to them, you know what they're good at? Showing up.
Listen.
Staying next to you.
Loving
you.
Here's a simple rule.
What?
If your mate can make beef Wellington from memory, then you can trust them with all those things.
Interesting.
Fair?
That's your
Because anybody who can make beef Wellington from memory,
can't.
no, exactly.
Damn it.
I'm going to assume they fucking know what the fuck they're doing in life.
I have so many things on my to-do list after this episode.
There it is.
Beef Wellington.
Just saying.
Nymphomaniac.
Well, you eat sushi in bed, so I guess beef Wellington and nymphos are right up your fucking alley, lady.
Yeah. The judgment over here.
It's not judgment.
It's not your thing.
No, I don't want to eat in my bed. I am not saying I've never ate in my bed, but inherently I do not. And I don't eat sushi, so
Sure.
I'm too afraid to die.
It's delicious.
It looks beautiful. It is some of the prettiest food I've ever seen.
Probably top 5 favorite foods for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just eat pizza.
So quit being attached at the hip to your spouse. If they want to,
Well, if
they want
you
to go
both
do
are-
something without you, let them.
Or you don't want to do it, don't force them to do it.
No. Why are you going to a concert that you don't want to go to?
Why are you doing anything you don't want to do?
Right.
I mean, let's be honest.
Yes.
Why are you doing anything you
if
don't
they
want to do?
asked you to go, maybe you go.
If you want to.
If you want to. If he's going to something that you don't want to do, why don't you say, hey, that doesn't really sound like my thing, but it sounds like a lot of fun.
Kelly,
Why don't you take your friend?
You know.
I know
People
what?
cannot accept the fact that you don't want to do things with them.
I know. It's an actual issue.
Yeah, and that stems from childhood letdowns.
I think it stems more from societal messages.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I like that.
They're supposed to be your everything, your soulmate. The stars aligned and you found this person.
I had a girl, and I've known them, like her and her dude.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, she came in and she was kind of distraught. And I was like, what's up? You know?
Mhm.
And she's like, I don't know, me and blah, 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 And I was like, what's going on? He just, he doesn't make me a priority. And you want to hear something funny?
That your skin crawled and your stomach turned.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
You were like,
Because I've
you're
known
like,
them.
this is my shot. I
She's
get to
never said that. I go, which one of your friends said that?
Ah.
And her head she did this. And I was like, those aren't your words.
No.
Those are not your
Fuck those
words. Now
bitches.
listen, there
Who
are
did it?
people
Right.
that do not make you a priority, and that's a different thing.
Sure.
But this situation, I could tell because I've never heard that from her.
Mm. Somebody
it's-
planted that seed in her head.
Where's blah, blah, blah? Well, he's doing this with his friends.
He's never here. Why doesn't he? Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure the girl that told her was probably in a super healthy relationship.
Probably single and butthurt. Probably.
And
Bitter
hates
is
that
all
she's
hell.
happy.
Yes.
And he's happy because they're a super sweet couple to each other.
It's
Yeah.
trash. No. Societal norms definitely give us a very enmeshed mold. Enmeshed meaning no boundaries,
Yeah.
100% intertwined with your person. It's gross. That is not what it's not what God intended it to be. But
Well, okay,
is
but it's just
not.
not. It's
not healthy.
Listen, if you guys dig the same thing, that's cool.
sure.
Inherently, but at the same time, you want us to do the same things, but you want me to do things that you don't want to do. I heard a
Right.
girl talk, and she says that's a blue job, not a pink job.
Oh.
I didn't hate the way she said it.
I mean,
That's a blue job, not
what
a
was
pink
she
job.
talking about? Like the trash or like the oil change?
I would be lying
or
if I
something,
told
yeah.
you exactly what she was
Yeah.
talking about. But she didn't. One of her icks. She had a list of icks,
Mhm.
and her icks were pretty good. And one of them said, "I don't want you to drive a 2-door sedan or a 2-door coupe.
Yeah,
because I'm gonna need a couch moved. You should have a truck or something." And I was like, I
Fair.
laughed.
Yeah.
Because some guys, they're definitely not going to buy a truck because they can't even fit a truck where they park. I mean, there's some guys
Sure.
that can't. And obviously, but it was cute because she's like, that's a blue job. And I thought it was funny.
I know.
Yeah.
true, though.
People's icks. That's an interesting thing, by the way. So next.
These last two. So this is a my ankle had to pop.
Jeez.
Sorry, it was loud.
Kelly needs oiled.
It's my ankle. It's my right ankle. It always pops. This is actually a military-based website that we're
Yeah.
reading off of.
Yeah,
so
that's
the
all I
last
look at.
two make
it.
the last two make sense. Is all I'm saying.
Simplify.
The next one is stay active together.
Yeah.
People who work out together stay together.
Yeah, that's true.
Exercising with your partner
Even
is
though I heard
only
huge stories for the last 2 days about gyms and how much fucking shenanigans are going on there.
gym life.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
I can see. I don't know that this needed to be like on the list of how to maintain a healthy relationship. That's my thing.
I think being physical.
Spending
with each
time
other,
together,
yeah.
creating
Splitting wood.
rituals, working out and sweating.
It's good.
Some people, all about it.
Yeah.
Last one, nowhere to turn to help or for help. And then it goes into like this website and
Yeah.
like how military couples have a lot of resources and benefits and whatever. But I would say know where to turn for help, but also know when.
Immediately.
When you are full of icks for your partner and cannot stand to be in the same room
Just
as
move out.
them, when you are not having sex for months
Just move
on
out.
end, don't come to me.
Just move out. Come get a tattoo.
Go to him
Yeah. I'll talk shit the whole time.
the whole time. No, I just
Fuck off with it.
know when there are red flags being thrown. When you are in a tough patch, which we just said will happen.
Yeah.
Will happen.
Plan for roadblocks.
Plan for them. Have a referral in mind. Call your one buddy who went to a couples counselor and it seemed to be helpful. You don't have to ask about their personal experience. In fact, I would recommend that you don't.
Right.
But like, was it helpful? Do you think that maybe they would like call around, Google it? Do you know how many people I don't understand? I can't find a job. I can't find a therapist.
No.
You can find 47 hours of YouTube videos.
You can find Nymphomaniac on Hulu.
Correct. You can find porn on Twitter.
Dude, what?
Learn
When
something
he
new every
said that,
day.
I was like this.
Mm-mm,
Mhm.
Sneaky,
I got
sneaky little
you.
snake.
Exactly. So, I will say this. Before it gets too out of hand. But it gets out of hand quickly.
It does.
It does. Like, be fucking gentle with each other. I stress that every day to people. Stop going so fucking hard. You're going harder on them than you do people you hate. That's weird to me.
Yes.
I don't understand that.
No.
And I told this guy, and him and his wife are so successful.
Mhm.
Like, not kind of successful.
Yeah.
Like, next level successful, right?
Mhm.
And I go, would you guys ever talk to your clients that way? He's like, fuck no. And I was like, okay, just apply
Why
what
does
you're
she
good
get that
at
treatment? Yes.
to everything.
Yes.
Just try that.
Hairdressers, bartenders, salespeople,
Nobody would get away
customer
with
service.
that.
No.
No, unless you work for that
Nobody.
one restaurant where you're allowed to do that.
What's it called? Dicks or something?
Parasons.
Not
Yeah.
what it's called.
Yeah. Yeah, they call you cocksuckers. They don't
That is
care.
not what
Yeah, they
it's
do.
called.
Where the fuck you want to sit, bitch? That's what they say.
There is
They
a
said-
restaurant, but it is not.
They put the ass in Parasons. Yeah,
It's not true.
I'm not even joking. You want garlic bread, stupid? That's what they say.
Fucking go
Want
get
some
it.
cheese on that bitch? Oh, I bet you need some more cheese. Jesus. Diabetes, huh? Yeah, it's horrible. But people pay for it.
Oh my god. No. Don't. I don't get it. I don't get why people are just mean on purpose.
Well, you gotta keep your job, so don't, be a little mean.
Don't be mean.
Kelly needs the new
I have
Bronco.
enough individuals who like. What did you say?
Kelly needs a new Bronco.
I thought you said a new taco.
I don't know what's going on with Kelly and food and sex today, but I am uncomfortable as fuck.
Well, no, never mind.
And on that, everybody be fucking nice to each other. Learn how to communicate. That means understanding them, not just telling them what the fuck went wrong.
Yes.
Okay. Love each other. Be fucking nice to each other.
Mm-hmm.
We're coming up on episode number 30 next week.
Mhm.
If you'd like to think what we want to talk about, send us a text message at 234 200 5949, right?
Yes. Yep. That's it.
Or at Gmail.
Mm.
Or you can find us on not so tender podcast at gmail.com. All these things. Find us. I think we can do better. Have a great day.
Bye, guys.
Fuckers.